guys, welcome to this week's Open Boat. I'm your host, Jenny Ackerman, and we're on the beach. We just got done fishing, and I'm sticking my thumb out hitchhiking because we have a very special guest on this week's episode that we're going to interview based off of the fall run season and all his years of experience. So let's catch a ride.
I started fishing back in 1969. So it's 69 years I've been doing it, and I caught a 28.5-pound striped bass when I was 10 years old. And I always tell everybody I was hooked for life after that fish. And every season it changes. In 1964, I went to Monmouth College, now it's Monmouth University, and I started fishing the fall seasons back then. Prior to that, I was in high school and I lived in Newark. And, you know, I couldn't fish the falls because I was back in school. So that's where my fall season started. And every year it's different. The last few seasons we've had tremendous runs of bunker, and we're hoping that will happen this year. So far it's been a couple of days of it, but we're all, optimistic, and hopefully it's going to change. Going back in time, in the 70s and 80s and 90s, we had tremendous runs of sand eels, which we're not really seeing today. There's, isolated cases of it, but prior years that was the main bait. And then in the 90s, late 90s, and then naturally in the 2000 range, we had tremendous runs of adult bunker in the spring and fall. And the fish today, I'm calling them the last of the Mohegans. These fish are 50-pound range, 45-pound range, which back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, if you got a 30-pounder, you were a hero, and that was your personal best for years. A 40 or 50 was like isolated cases. You hear one or two a year in the 50-pound range, but now it's common. And we're hoping that, the bunkers will resurge again, but this past season, the netters got a lot of the bunkers, and a lot of the guys are complaining about that. And hopefully we'll have a run of peanuts again. It's still early. It's only the 13th of November. Last year it kicked in around a little bit before Thanksgiving, and we're hoping that it repeats. But it's not an exact science, Jen. Unfortunately, if it was, they'd be all gone. For someone starting out, I would say a 9-foot or a 10-foot surf rod, a decent reel, braided line, not mono line, and then an assortment of lures depending on what bait fish is around. If there's sand eels around, you're going to want sand eel imitations. If there's the smaller bunker, you're going to want to match the hatch with those profiles. So, and I'm a big fan of white. If I'm using lures, I like the white lures and white shads, white bucktails. It shows up better in the water column. You want to read the beach. You want to look for bird play, structure, sandbars. Usually these are areas where the bait fish could get trapped. And that's basically, it's common sense.